Alright guys, I'm going to show you how to get these meta shades in Roblox for free. These are a really awesome item, but it's going to take a little bit of work. As you can see here, there's 7 of these games that you have to go through. I'm going to show you how to get each item in each game here as a part of this video. Skip forward if you have to in any single one, but here we go. Guys, in this one, you're going to need some friends, you're going to need some helpers. I want to give a shout out to Blazy's, Fancy Suit and Tie, Lukely, Noobish the Cat, and Silent Stalker for working with me on this one. What's up guys, welcome back to DeeterPlays. I'm going to show you how to get this Crown of Madness here in Roblox. It takes a lot of work, a lot of effort. We are definitely going to talk about all of those details, but you might need a VIP server and some friends to make this happen. But you're going to get this here, the Crown of Madness, the Pants of Madness, and the Robes of Madness, which is a really awesome outfit. This is all free, but you're going to have to work a little hard for it. The game is Piggy. The link is in the description. Okay, so like I mentioned, this is very difficult. VIP servers are the best way to do it. And get some friends. If you guys are all kind of talking in Discord or something, makes it easier. Just go to Book 2, Chapter 1, The Alleys, set the game type for Trader, and then you're going to be good. If you're in a public server, this is going to be almost impossible to do. I'm not sure if you can even pull it off unless you guys are working together. Nobody else is really working on it. But either way, what you're supposed to do is come in here, like you have to coordinate. In the first 5 minutes, what you need to do is just go through the map, do what you need to do, find the orange key, open that door, get the scissors, find the scissors to open the hotel, get the mop bucket, or the mop so that you can clean up the mop spill. Basically, there's like a certain amount of the game that you have to go through in order to get this whole thing set up. So if you guys are wondering how to go through and how to finish this map or get to the point where you need to get to, I've got a link in the description. I've made a video that shows you how to get through this particular map called the Alleys. So you have to do this. Again, it's in trader mode. Get to know these areas. You got to open up the laundromat. You've got to get the yellow safe with the yellow key ready to go. But here at the 5-minute mark, this door in the middle, you go in the red room. And in the red room, you click on this door. So it's better to have 2 people working on this together at least and coordinating, one person doing dice and one person doing the door knocks. So basically what you do is you click on the door once, don't click on it anymore. You have to click on the door once, and then you have to go move the dice to the number of knocks that you get on the door. So you click on the door and say you get 6 knocks. So it's 6 knocks. Then the friend usually will get the first dice. We'll show you where all the dice are. And then after they change the dice, then you click on the door again. Then you change the second dice. Okay, so the first dice is here. It's a red one. It is in this cafeteria area. So that is like right where you start and spawn. It's off to the left side. And you get the number there to make sure it matches up with the number of knocks. Now, every server, every time, it's different. So let's say like right here, we've got 6, 2, 3 is what we're doing. So you want to listen to, you've got one person who's doing that other side at the door, listening to the knocks. You change the red dice, you say next, and then they click on it again. Then they get the second number. Listen to the number of knocks on that door in the middle, and then you move this one, the green dice, to that number. Now, if they click on the door a second time, the dice are going to disappear. Like this one right here, this is the location of the blue dice. So just remember, if you guys do this correctly, a blue dice will appear right here. So the way you got to do it is 5-minute marker. Okay, you click on the door just once, and then change the red dice to that number of knocks that are on the door. And then after that, you click on the door one more time, get the second number, click on the blue dice, which is in the laundromat. And then after that, you click on the door a third time, and that's it. 3 times total that you click on the door, you get a number of knocks, and then you turn the green or the blue dice. It's RGB, red, green, blue. And then you get into this room. You come and you click on the door again. It will open up. You come to this. What you need to do is take all these levers and move them to where all of them are facing backwards. Now, each one you click on is going to move itself, and then the ones next to it. So that's the way it works. Usually for that one, you click on the middle and then the right one to get it to work. And then, but see right here, see like how that arrow appeared kind of on the back. See that the little white thing behind the flames? So basically you have to click on the side of the white thing that is behind the torch to put them out. So after you do that, you need to go back to those levers and make them all face forward. Now, when they face forward, make sure you run really fast because that door closes. If you get caught behind that door, when this other door opens, you will also get stuck and you're going to have to do it all over again. Now, at this point, when you go to this next level, you're going to have to remember the numbers that you had. So if we had 6, 2, 3, these little symbols on the side, don't push any of these symbols unless they're in the correct order. If you push them in the wrong order, you're gonna have to start all over and you're gonna die. So basically you have to find the ones with 6 lines. There's 1 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you have to find the ones on the wall that correspond to the order that you have to hit them. They have to be the same order as the knocks that you got in order to get into this room in the first place. So that's a lot of stuff that you have to do in order. Just count the number of lines that you have on each of these, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's like you gotta like know each line, count those lines. It might take a couple tries. It is very frustrating. It takes a lot of people basically working together to make this happen. But once you hit those doors in the right order of what the knocks were, then you will have this. You will escape. You will get the badge there in the bottom right corner, and you will have these in your inventory. Now, guys, again, I know it's very confusing. Go through the video a couple times if you have to try to figure out what you have to do in order to do this. It is very, very tricky. So yeah, so just remember you have to get through the map, clear out the mop. After you clear out all the stuff in the mop, you have to get to the third door, have one person listen to the knocks, the other person doing the dice. You open the door, you move all the levers back, you put out the torches, move all the levers forward, go through that next room, and then enter the digits that correspond to the number of knocks again, and then you guys are good to go. If you're new here, I would love to have you subscribe, hit that notification bell. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll talk to you guys later. Hey guys, welcome back to DeeterPlays. I want to show you how to get this How to Program Basic book that you can get in Roblox as a part of the Ready Player 2 event. So the game that you want to go into is called Bee Swarm Simulator. I've got the link there in the description. So there's a couple of steps here, and you've got to kind of pay attention. Now, the numbers and the symbols that I have are not necessarily the same as what you're going to get, so you have to do this on your own. You can't really use the symbols I have because it's local, and it kind of changes for people every single time. So we're all going to kind of have different codes, and the chances are that you guys aren't going to have the same codes as me. So first thing we're going to do is go into this shop here at the regular area. So it definitely helps, you know, if you have some decent things for scooping up stuff and for getting all the different stuff in the fields, and if you got some bees. So if you've played this game before, you've got a little advantage. Now right here they have these little goggles, the strange goggles. So in order to get this, you need a microconverter, and you need 7 of those little cogs. And you should have a microconverter. You just get them in your inventory for free. Everyone I know has just had them. But in order to get the cogs, you have to enter some codes. So you see that little settings there? Over here where it says promo codes, we're going to enter some codes to get those cogs. So every time you enter one of these codes, each one is going to give you a cog. So the first one, as we showed you, was Luther, L-U-T-H-E-R. Next one is Troggles, T-R-O-G-G-L-E-S. The third one here is Millie, M-I-L-L-I-E. You can see on the right it says I already entered them because, well, I've already got my goggles and I've already entered them, but now I'm just making this to show you guys how to do it. Next one right there is Word Factory. You click on redeem for that one. And then next one right here is going to be Jump Start. You click on that. Now every time you do this, the fields should be buffed. There should be a field that's buffed, and then you should get yourself one of the cogs so that you can get those headphones. Now the next one right here is Dysentery. So D-Y-S-E-N-T-E-R-Y. The Jump Start was J-U-M-P-S-T-A-R-T. And the very last one here is Carmen Sandiego, which kind of reminds me of the Oregon Trail and then Carmen Sandiego, games that we played a long time ago. C-A-R-M-E-N-S-A-N-D-I-E-G-O. So now that you've got that, you should have everything you need. You should be able to go into the shop, and you just have to click on E to go in the shop, go to those goggles, and you should be able to craft them and buy them. And then once you do that, they will be equipped. You will have them on your face. So now at this point, what we need to do is just walk all the way across the map. I'm just speeding up this walking just a little bit, but back there behind that black bear is a little area where we're going to kind of look into this little screen, and we're going to get a little bit of a hint. Okay, so now that you've got this little goggle, you can go and click on that computer, and he's going to give you 4 symbols. So I've got question mark, brackets, little wavy line, and the and symbol. So what you want to do is go to the dandelion field, and then you can enter these at that order. So those 4 symbols in that order of what you got. So I've got a different order than what you guys got. Like I said, it's going to be a little bit different. Not everyone's going to have the same stuff. So once you go in here, you can see that because this is all glitching, it's probably an indication that you got to enter this stuff in here. So there are 4 symbols. See, there's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you just want to do them in that order that you got yours. So I've got my question mark, I've got my bracket, I've got my little tilde, I think is what it's called, and then here I do the and symbol. So you can see how they all turn into smiley faces. That is an indication that you've got it, guys. That is a good thing. So the fact that they turn into smiley faces shows that you've got the first part done. You guys can stick around, you could try to get some pollen, but at this point you can't really open those. You have to go and talk to the computer. So we're gonna go back over here to the computer behind this black bear, and we are going to get another set of symbols. Actually, what he's going to do, he's going to fly away, and he's going to be appearing in different fields, and he's going to keep saying 3 symbols in a row. So the fact that he just keeps saying them in a row, you don't really know which is the first, the second, or the third. But see right there, see how it said the and symbol? That is an indicator that the and symbol is the first symbol. So you see how he spun around and you saw the little and sign? Well, that means that that's the first symbol, and that's the symbol that goes into right here, the dandelion field. So in each of these fields, we've got a dandelion field, we've got a mushroom field, we've got a clover field for these ones. Each one has a little spot that has a hidden symbol. So right here, this is the dandelion field. The clover field, we're gonna kind of skip ahead a little bit. You guys know where all this stuff is. You don't have to get 5 Bs to be able to go into different areas. So fortunately, you guys aren't gonna have to do that. That is not a requirement of this, but we've exposed the one in the dandelion field. This is the one in the clover field right there in the corner. You can see there's that one as well. But if you see this computer, see how the bug is flying around? He is going to be flashing 3 symbols over and over. And right here you can see he does and, bracket, and then a bug. And, bracket, bug. So he keeps going through that sequence for me, and, bracket, bug. So I know I need to and then bracket, and then bug. So the and is going to be at the dandelion field. The bracket is going to be here at the mushroom field. So here at the mushroom field, you can see that some of these symbols are hidden in different areas, but in this back corner, that's where you're going to find this right here. So I need to set this one here to a bracket, and I've got my Cloverfield one set over to a bug. So now at this point, all I have to do is take this dandelion one and set it to the and symbol, and then I will be good to go. Watch out for any of those stick bugs though, because some of those guys are pretty brutal, and they might kill you. So we're going to come over here, we're going to set this one, and again, like last time, see how you set it right? You see that smiley face? That means that that little bug guy is back over at the computer, so you can go back over to your little computer area, and right here we have just one more that we have to deal with, but first we're going to see him fill out that little smiley face, and now we just have to do the final one, but he's going to give you another clue. So I got DCSM. So for me, it's DCSM. You guys might get a different order, but that means for me, dandelion, Cloverfield, and then sunflower, and then mushroom. So that's the order I've got. So each of these fields has a symbol that's hidden on them. Like over here, you can see the clover field. They've moved it to a different location. That's an and symbol. If you keep clicking on it, it's not going to do anything. It's just telling you what that symbol is. So here is the mushroom. This symbol for me is a bug, or I'm not even sure what that is actually. So you basically, what you need to do is go expose what symbols you've got in the dandelion field, what you've got in the clover field, what you've got in the sunflower field. Right here you can see my sunflower one is a question mark, and you can see right here the locations of where I had to dig to find those symbols. It should be the same locations for you, and then for me, the mushroom. So now after we go in, we've got all those symbols that we need. I know that my dandelion has the squiggly line, I've got the and sign, the question mark, and the bug. So basically the dandelion one I enter first. Here we're now in the blue flower field, so I do the squiggly line, the and sign. Right here I need to do the question mark because that's what I found in the sunflower, and then right here I need to do the bug, and you can see I did it in that order that it told me to do it. So now I can go to that computer, and I can talk to them, and I can go and claim my very cool item. Now, again, I'm pretty sure that if you dig in the fields, that you guys are going to find the symbols in the same locations that I found them. They sort of move around the field depending on which step you're on, but you may, if you're not seeing it in the exact same spot, I would say just keep digging around that whole field. It shouldn't be hard to find where to dig up whatever the symbol is for that field. But yeah, if you guys have like CMSD, that means do the clover field one first, the mushroom symbol, then the sunflower symbol, then the dandelions. But you come in here, you talk to him, he makes all of these things happy. He gives you some royal jelly, and he gives you this book right here, How to Program in Basic. And then you can see on the bottom right there, you will get yourself a badge, and then you will have that book in your inventory. So this is part of the Ready Player 2 event, guys. There's going to be so much other stuff happening for this and RB battles. I'm going to make sure to keep you guys updated. So if you're new here, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell. Thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you guys later. Welcome back, guys. I'm going to show you how to get this bombastic chain in Roblox. So the game is Robloxian High School. You need to start right off the bat as soon as you get in there. I recommend get a VIP server. They're free. Go to Explore on the right. Go to the school. Run in here. Guys, you have to make sure you do this as soon as you start in a fresh server because you have to be in this chair before 8:05 a.m. See this librarian's chair? Get in there and get in there before 8:05. You can see right now the time's moving in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. So as soon as it hits 8:05, what's going to happen is there's going to be a little key that is going to pop up behind you. Now, if you don't sit in this chair before that time, you're going to have to refresh your server, whatever you got to do, get in that chair quick enough so that you can do that. So you just walk in the school, take a left right away, just watch this video if you want to see exactly how to do that. You got to click on Explore and then get to the school and then go in there right away. So now we're going to use this key to get into a room that takes us to an obby. Now, I'm not going to lie, guys, this obby is very, very difficult. It is very hard, guys. I'm actually still working on trying to complete it myself, but I wanted to show you guys how to do this because you guys are probably much better. But in order to make this obby a little easier, I'm going to give you guys a little tip. So over here where it says dress up, you can come into this dress up area, and over on the left you can go to tuning, and here you can actually make yourself a little skinnier, like make your legs skinny, and actually for some of the parts of the obby it will make it a lot easier, especially if you have your lower body width like really skinny so that your feet basically are not as big, because there's some places where you're going to be jumping around, and it really helps to have skinny feet. So basically the obby starts out, you've got some celery. It seems like there's a food theme here going on. Very, very difficult here, guys. There's some very difficult points. Like I only got a certain amount of footage. I haven't made it to the end myself yet, but I'm sure you guys can do it. It's pretty obvious where to go, except for at the very, very, very end. There's a really, really tricky part that I just keep dying on. It is these things that spin around really fast. You have to jump on them and then jump and jump and jump to try to clear your way out of there really quick and quickly as possible. But then there's also a bunch of these things that you jump on that they disappear as you jump on them, so you have to be very careful. But you have to have some massive obby skills to be able to get through this. So far, at least obby skills better than what I've got. I'm going to work on this. I'm going to get this myself, of course, because we've got to get all of the relics. But yeah, you go through here. This part's a little bit tricky. I recommend just, again, like if you're skinny, it's going to be a little bit easier. So make your avatar really skinny so you can get through this part and it's not too difficult. But yeah, as you move forward, there's going to be some more challenging obbies over here. You can see, I think on this clip, I end up dying right here at the celery. There's a couple different spots here where you're going to encounter more of this celery, but just keep jumping, keep moving forward. It's just like any other obby in Roblox. It's just like super, super difficult. So right here is where I die, but you go forward, you go around those other things. There's a few more things that you jump around that are just basically the same, but see this, the last part, there's a cliff. You got to jump off of that little cliff. So you go up to the top, there's all these little boulders rolling down. You go up to the top, you jump off onto that purple platform, turn around, go to the next purple platform over there, okay? And then after the next purple platform, you're gonna have to turn around again and then jump off into the void. Then it will teleport you to a place where you can go and get the bombastic chain, and then you will have that in your inventory. So I myself's gonna still work on this, but I just wanted to let you guys know how to do it, and I'm pretty sure you guys can probably get it done before I do. But if you guys are new here, I would love to have you subscribe, hit that notification bell. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll talk to you guys later. Hey guys, welcome back to DeeterPlays. I want to show you how to get this glitch pot and the outfit that comes with it in Roblox as a part of the Ready Player 2 event. So the game that you're going to be in, I've got the link in the description, is called Bad Business. If you guys have some first-person shooting experience, then that is going to be very good for you. First thing we need to do is type a code. So you see that little gift box that I clicked on? We want to go in there. This is where we type codes. The code is unicorn. So if you type unicorn, it doesn't matter if it's caps or if it's lowercase. Basically, it's going to take a minute, but then you're going to get these VR goggles. So you need these VR goggles in order to do this whole thing so that you can see how it all works. Then you can go to your outfits. You obviously want to make sure you put those goggles on. So I click here on the face, I pick that. So instead of the glasses, I'm going to make sure I'm wearing this VR thing. So in each map, guys, there's several things that are going to be hidden in the wall. Like right here, you can see this is a little door. I need 4 puzzle pieces. So at this point, like in this map, for instance, there's one right there. There could be more than 4 throughout the maps. Now they're in walls, they can be on screens, they can be under things, they can be anywhere in the map, but they stand out quite a bit because they are this kind of bright blue color. So if you walk by something and if you're in a map and you're just kind of looking around, you should be able to see these. So like here's one right here. So we go right up to it and we scan it. So this is just one map that I'm doing right now. There's many maps in the game and these are all over in different areas of the map. If you can just go into a server by yourself and not get shot by people, that would probably be helpful. Here's another one right there behind the boxes. See, somebody shot me right after that. Here is another one here on the wall. You can see in this one, most of these are pretty much on the wall in different locations, so just run around whatever map you're in, go and find these. If you're in a VIP server by yourself, even better. So now, just because you have 4 pieces doesn't necessarily mean that you have the right pieces. You have to go and you have to put them together here. But see, one of these pieces here is not a piece that I need. I actually need his leg and his rear end. So I need to go and find a 5th piece on this map so I can actually complete that unicorn. So right there, we found this final piece. So that is what it actually looks like. Now you can go to one of these doors that's going to turn into a portal for you once you put this puzzle thing together. So we're going to go to one of these doors. We're going to put all of these little items here in the proper order. We've got that, we've got the back wing, we've got the front legs, and we've got the rear end. So now, once you've done this correctly, you will see it says uploading for a while. Check. If it's wrong, of course, you guys are going to get an error. Now, if you do this correctly, it's going to teleport you to a different place. Now, this I've sped up quite a bit, like 6 times speed. You are going to go through many, many waves of zombies, guys. There's probably like 10 or so. You go through the mansion. At first, they're all really slow. It's really not too hard. As far as strategy, just try to make sure when they're coming out of the ground, you're not standing on the spot where they're coming out of the ground. So just try to kind of move around and get in different areas. And if you see them coming up, move to a different spot. Get to the opposite end of the area that you have available. Also, if you run around without getting hit, you will build some life left. Also, if you press the 4 key, you can get an item that can help you heal while you're running. So I recommend run away. Some of these zombies actually run pretty fast. So if you can dispatch those running ones, those are going to be the one. If you run to the opposite end of the map, they'll be the first ones to come in at you and try to get you. So the outside area here, this is not too hard. Now, this is where I had the most trouble, was inside of the mansion. Just remember, they could be popping up from different areas. So if you just try to run around, get them basically in a line and get them bundled up together. So so you can get to a point where you can run across the map. Then you can have them come at you. You can shoot them after they're coming at you. Single file. Headshots always help. See, look, I died. I died once. That's the only death that I got in this stuff. So you've got a chance to die. You can die 3 times. It looks like you got those little hearts in the upper left. But guys, if you remember that you've got the healing thing with the 4 key, and if you run away without getting hit, then you can be okay. Just let them get to a single file line. They're going to start glitching more and more. So they've got more as you keep going. There's going to be more of them that run. There's going to be more of them that start crawling, and they're going to sort of start glitching as they're crawling towards you. But again, in this area, in the mansion, just run from one side to the other. Go up those little ramps. Get back. Make sure you're not running towards any zombies as you're doing this, because that is another tricky thing. Hopefully this is not too difficult for you guys. This can be a very challenging match for a lot of people. I don't think this is nearly as hard as what they did for Ready Player One last year with Phantom Forces. That one was very, very difficult. But once you finally beat all those, you can go outside. Now, they start running at you pretty fast, but each of these maps, see, that was the healing thing that I used right there, if you saw that. But each of these maps, there's going to be many, many waves, at least on this part when you first come out of the mansion. Just run to the bottom, Have them come after you, shoot as many as you can. As soon as they're getting close, run to the top, have them charge at you, shoot as many of you can of them as you can. So also there's invisible barriers, so there's like boundaries around the outside of the map that you're not supposed to hit as well. So just trying to give you guys some pointers at this time. The zombies, they're all pretty dumb. You know, they're going to be moving pretty fast. Just try to watch out for any that could be sneaking up on you, like on this part. Some of them were able to kind of go around the rocks, and some of them seem to sort of get behind me. So, and also just make sure you don't get yourself cornered up against one of the invisible areas. For each area of the map, you're going to start getting to know each part and what parts you can actually get to and what ones you can't. But yeah, basically just watch through this. Hopefully this will give you some help with getting through these. And if you guys have any questions, then let me know in the comments. Hopefully either I or somebody else who has done this can give you the pointers that you might need. This also, depending on which guns or loadout you have, if you have a certain gun loadout that doesn't work, like if you're using shotgun and they have to be too close for it to work, I found that this was the gun that worked for me. Actually, no, I think it just, no, I don't think you get a loadout. I think it actually picks the gun for you, but I think I picked a loadout that was similar to this anyways. So yeah, just also zooming in helps, but again, zooming in means you can't tell which ones are hitting you from the right or the left. If you do get in a group or a bundle of these guys, you're gonna die pretty quick. That 150 health will go down fairly fast if you end up in the middle of a whole bunch of these zombies. So yeah, after this you go through the city and they're starting to get more and more glitched. Again, more and more of these guys are going to start running and crawling, and some of them I think even start crawling even faster towards you. But as you can see, I run from one side of the block down to the other, let them come at me, shoot at them. This part actually ended up getting pretty easy, and I thought this was easier to keep them at bay than it was when I was inside of the mansion or the little area that was just outside of the mansion, because that was a little tricky. Anyways, you're just gonna keep going through waves and you're gonna keep moving forward, and eventually you come to this big open white area. You go down there, you will get this mission complete thing, and then you guys are gonna have the badge. You can go check your avatar, check your inventory, see what you've got there, and you can see we've got the glitch pot. It's called the 1x1x1x1xt. I don't know if you guys like know the name of that hacker, but it's 1 by 1 by 1 by 1 by 1's teapot. I don't know. They were a supposed hacker or glitcher back in the day. But anyways, you also get the shirt and you get the pants that go with that as well. Guys, I'm going to make videos to show you how to get all of these items. So if you're new here, I would love to have you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you guys are notified about how to get any other free items on the platform or for any other future events. And thank you so much for watching. We will talk to you guys later. What's up, guys? Welcome back to DeeterPlays. I'm going to show you how to get the riptide helmet and suit here. So the game is Sharkbite, so it's going to take a little bit of time for you to get this. So first part that you have to do, you have to be the shark. So I recommend, if you can, get in a VIP server, get in a server which is you and one other person, because otherwise it's going to take a little bit of time for you to actually get the opportunity to be the shark. Because for this first part, you have to be the shark. Also, there's the day and night cycle. That's a little inconvenient. That makes it a little bit more challenging to see certain things. But first off, hopefully you will get chosen as the shark. Other people are going to get started. When you're the shark, it's just going to do a little countdown. You're going to get in here. First thing you're going to have to do is there's these little buoys around the map. You have to find all 4 of them, and then after you hit all 4 of them, you get something called a supercharge, basically. So here I am the shark right now. So you can see off in the distance these little buoys in the corner. I recommend just kind of hit a buoy and then turn right or turn left, and you will see there's basically 4 of them, and that they're basically in 4 corners of the map. So the map itself is made up of the middle area, which is the lobby, and it's got a lighthouse. And so around the lighthouse there is 3 little islands in 3 of the corners, and then one of the corners does not have an island. So basically what I recommend, just go out there, hit the first one, turn right, keep going straight, hit the second one. If you can keep your head above water like I've got it right now, it makes it a lot easier. So here we go. We're going to hit the third one right now. And then, of course, guys, this is going to be a lot easier if you've got the daytime, because there's the day and night cycle, and at nighttime, it's really, really difficult to see what you're doing. And then at the end, guys, there's going to be a big boss, and the boss is going to be a little bit of a challenge here too. So as you can see, it's turned nighttime, but we hit the last one, so we've got the super boost. Now, if we go to the middle, where the little lighthouse is in the middle, over here, there's going to be around the lighthouse, under the water, there's going to be a little spot that has green cracks in it, basically. Now, don't be confused with the spot where the shark comes out initially. There's like a little bit of treasure out there, and that right here, as you can see, that looks kind of red and yellow. Now, that's not what you're going for. That is not the right thing. You're looking for green. So come out and then go back in towards it. See this green? It's just right around the corner from that other stuff. Now, use the super boost and hit into that spot, and then you're going to find right here, it says it's Leonard. It looks to me like Little Nemo, but I guess Leonard, you know, sort of changes his look here and there throughout this whole process. But anyways, he says that he likes clean bubbles. He has some trash that is at the bottom of the ocean that he needs some of your help dealing with. He says as long as you can clear that trash out for him, it's all good. He's going to help you out. He's going to, you know, give you whatever you need, or a gem to get to the next part, which is what's going to happen. So basically, this is the first step. You have to get those buoys, get the super boost, hit him. Now here, the next part is in the lobby. So here in the lobby, there is a very specific poster over here in the corner, and it says right here to the right, there we go. It's shark. It's some fan art right there. So this one right here specifically, and then you have to type in the chat, you're gonna need a bigger boat, which is something that actually Ernest Cline said in the interview with David Baszucki, but it's also a reference to Jaws, where it says we're gonna need a bigger boat. So you go there, and these are the super buoys basically that you have to pick up to get the Titanic out of the ocean. So now you have to come back in here. You don't want to be the shark, you want to be like a regular person. So hopefully the shark is not being like mean to you. But over here, this little island here with the two trees, if you go over here to the island, basically right under there is where you're going to find the Titanic. So there's a shipwrecked Titanic there under the water. Now, another thing that's going to help you to make this a little bit easier for you to see further distance is I recommend go to your settings here, and you can actually turn the graphics quality down. So if you turn the graphics quality down, it actually gives you the ability to see a little bit further ahead of you. So as you can see right here, like I can see a little bit further out, or at least sort of see silhouettes of the images of what I'm trying to see. Now this is going to take you a little bit of time because, guys, it's like, as you can see right here, we finally found this, the Titanic, but it might take you a little bit of time, a couple of tries. Try not to get too frustrated, but once I found it now, I've upped the graphics, so we're gonna go back over there. So it's right there, right ahead of me, but now that I've got the buoys, I can actually get this thing lifted up out of the water, and I suppose take it to outer space. So there's one buoy right here. We're going to attach that. One over here, we're going to press E, and we're going to attach that. Now, in the back of the ship, there's also a couple of little hooks, and those little hooks is where we're going to attach the other little buoys, which are going to help this thing go a little bit further up into the air. So let's see, up here on the other side, see these little hooks right here on the side. You see that hook? So go up to that, and that's where you want to attach one of the buoys. So we've got that one attached now. There's one right on the other side. It's basically symmetrical. Go over on the other side and attach it to this hook right here. Now you're going to see a little cut scene here. So basically these buoys are magic buoys. They've got the power to pull the Titanic, I guess, fully, like 100% up in the air. So there we go. And you also get like the amazing music as a part of this whole cutscene. And hopefully you guys do it on time. If you guys only put like 2 of the buoys and the time runs out, you're going to have to go back out there and put the other 2 buoys down. Fortunately, most of this stuff saves. If you hit like, if you get Nemo, you don't have to come back in the game and start from the very beginning. You can load into another server and you can come back and you'll be okay. So now that we have done that, we're going to go and we're going to talk to Nemo again, or actually Leonard, I guess is his name. But it says, here you go, you did it. Here's a gift for your trouble. It has magical properties, but it needs an energy source. So we have the diamond right here. Now the energy source for this thing is the sun. So I tried doing this whole next part in a VIP server, and it did not work for me. If it was just me, myself, and I by my lonesome in a VIP server, I could come out here and I could look at the sun to my heart's content, and it did not work. So I recommend for this part, make sure you go into a public server and then come out here to the top in the lobby. Make sure you're spectating, otherwise it's going to just put you into the game. Find this little telescope right here. Shark has been released, but it doesn't matter. You are in a server with more than 3 people, so you are spectating, so it's no big deal. So right here, you want to press the E button basically in order to do that. So I recommend just scroll all the way to the right. You're going to see basically the building that you're standing right next to. There we go. There's the balcony. There's the balcony. All right. There's the part of the lighthouse that you're standing next to. So just up from there. So you're going to get to that point. You're going to go up. And then the sun is just up there and to the left just a little bit. So you want to make sure that you basically focus on the sun, because that's the energy source for this thing. So there we go. We found the sun. Go left, go left. We want to focus on it. So now you can see the whole thing turns yellow, and then you just basically exit out of it, and you're going to see this little pathway appear before you. So this little pathway right here is going to take you to a boss battle. Now this boss battle is a little tricky. You're going to show up right here, and there's going to be this little guy who is Leonard. Apparently the fish has gotten himself into a mechanical body to where he's brought, oh yeah, he's in the Oasis. So you've entered the Oasis with Leonard, and he's much more powerful here in the Oasis, and you're gonna have to battle him here, and it's a little bit of a tricky boss battle here, guys. So what he does, it really comes down to you just piloting the boat mostly. Like, he comes out with this big red thing that spins around, and that red thing, if you get hit once, basically it's over. Like right there, boom, you cannot pilot the boat anymore. You are dead. You are toast. You might as well reset. So this is a really tricky boss battle, guys. It's going to take a little bit of time. So what I recommend is, like, in the very beginning, you got to make sure that you spin around in the boat really fast. Don't get hit by these red things. You're basically going to have to learn how to navigate and pilot this boat really, really well in order to pass this. So the first part, what he does is he goes through this. He spins this thing around. He goes through a second part when he spins this thing around, and it's just a little bit faster than it is this time. So basically he has 3 main moves. He spins that red thing around. He also likes to drop these rocks on you, so get to know reverse and forward. But what you need to do, see how he shoots these rockets? You need to get really close to him. Like, make sure you drive the boat close to him, like sideways, like this way, so that those rockets hit him. If they keep spinning around and they don't hit him, you're not going to get any damage against him. It's not going to do anything. Eventually they will just go in the water and hit you, and you just got to repeat that part that you did again. So it's going to take a lot of attempts for you guys. So go around when he's got the red thing. He's also got red laser eyes that you just have to use the boat to go around and not get hit by him. And then he also has the sequence where he drops these big rocks on you. Try not to be in the shadow of the rocks when he drops those down on you. So as you see right here, he's shot these missiles out one more time. I'm going to drive right next to him. So at this point, see, when I drive right next to him, that makes the missiles hit him, and that makes his life go down. But see this part right here? He drops the rocks, and he drops the rocks on you really hard. So guys, got to go through this couple of sequences, beat him, and then it will teleport you to a place where you can actually get the free items there. So if you guys are new here, I would love to have you subscribe and hit that notification bell. And thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you guys later. Alright guys, I'm going to show you how to get this chaotic top hat here in Roblox as a part of the Ready Player 2 event. Now this is the last relic that many people need to get. So first thing you need to do, the game is Dungeon Quest, link is in the description. I'm showing you all the different places that I'm going originally from the very beginning and the spawn point. So basically there are 7 emeralds hidden throughout the map, and you have to touch them in order. Just like Ernest Klein said in the video, red, yellow, blue, cyan, white, purple, green. Okay, so they're all throughout the map here in the lobby. I'm going to show you exactly where to find them. So this first one here, obviously, that we're going for is the red one. You can see it just around this tree over here. So you can't really see anything happen. You just have to touch it. Basically, it'd be nice if there was some sort of like audio indication, or if you picked it up, or if it went away or something, that would be nice, but it doesn't actually give you any indication. But basically what we need to do is we need to activate a code that will be revealed to us. Now, the code that I get at the end of this video is going to be very different from the code that you guys get. It's different for everybody. If you are lucky enough to guess it, you know, maybe you could be very, very fortunate because the digits seem to be between 1 and 5. But basically, yeah, also watch the video, follow the path, maybe. So I've got this on normal time instead of speeding up, just because I know your character's probably going the exact same speed, so it might be easier for me to just kind of go the speed that I go, and you can watch it and you can just basically follow along as we do this. So next one here is the yellow right there. So after we've touched the yellow one, we're going to turn around. We need to go and find the blue one next. Okay, so the blue one, if we come down here, it's just going to be around this way. Sometimes I forgot about exactly where the locations were, but for the most part in this video, I am taking you basically straight to these items. So right over here, had to kind of pause there for a second. So you see this bridge right here? Okay, so the next one's going to be under this bridge. That one is cyan. It is not blue. Okay, so make sure you don't hit that one if you're trying to get it in the correct order or something. So we're actually moving here on to the blue one. And I know, guys, the blue one actually looks a little bit purple to me, but the purple one definitely looks more purple, or I guess closer to pink. I don't know. Either way, this is the path here to get to the blue one up here. It's kind of a little bit off here in the trees, in the woods. A lot of these are hidden behind the trees, and the last one takes a little bit of work. You have to take this obby, but just follow this little path here that I'm taking, and you will find the blue one up here around the corner of this tree. So there we go. Blue one, all you have to do is go and touch that one as well. I noticed that, like, I touched some of them like twice. It didn't seem to cause any problem. I just went through it, walked through it, and did another one. I think if you hit these out of order, it's not quite going to work. I did notice, like, if you do the whole color thing to reveal the code, you shouldn't have to go back through and touch all these emeralds again in order. But at the end, if you don't see the codes, you might have to go through and figure out what the code is for the server that you're in. So again, like, if you leave the server, you're probably going to have to come back in and hit all of these emeralds so that you can get the number for the code for that server. Okay, so hopefully this game does not like you know, glitch on you. Anyway, so we've got this one right here now. That's the cyan. Okay, so, and that's the thing, is like, you might go into a new server, and after you've unlocked the code, you might still have the code unlocked and just have to decode what the lights are doing in your server. So the next one right here from the bridge, we're going to go up this little path over here. We're going to take a left and go across this little area. Okay, I went a little up here too far. I know it's behind one of these trees, so I think you have to go past the barrels here. All right, past the barrels a little bit, and then right past the barrels, you can see that tree right there on the mountains. That is the white one. You may have to zoom in, just make sure you end up touching the white one. So we've got red, yellow, blue, cyan, white. Next one is purple, so as long as you can manage jumping over that fence, unlike me, because I'm having a hard time with that. Anyways, purple, we're going to have to basically go across the water over here. It's up there on the hill next to that door with the green emerald on it, basically. You can see we've got the purple one over there. Okay. Hopping across here. Fortunately, there's nothing in the water that's going to kill you. Fortunately, this is all in the lobby. Fortunately, you don't need to be like super experienced in this game. You can be level 1 and have no experience in this game in order to do this. Although some experience might help you with the final battle. All right, so that is the purple one. But basically, in the final battle, they're going to give you a certain like stock equipment that you use to battle this bot, which is, again, guys, another tough battle. I know we've been doing tough obbies, tough boss battles, lots of really tough things to get these cool items, but we're almost done, guys. It's the final stretch. I'm not sure how long this event is going to go on, so hopefully it lasts long enough for people to, you know, make enough attempts at getting these items. But yeah, so this path right here, you can see these rocks. Now, if we climb up here, we can actually get around the rocks. We just hop up, and there's a little opening at the top. And then we're going to go through a little bit of an obby here. It's not too difficult of an obby, but it's also easy to end up falling. But if you fall, you don't die or anything. You just kind of go back down here, and you have to start over. So, yeah, see, falling, not too much of a consequence if you fall. So, in order to get here, just, you know, make sure you jump at the very last moment and make it to the next parts. There's some obby work that you're gonna have to do in order to get this one, actually. So, all right, we're just moving forward, still going. Not much to talk about here in the obby, except for just to tell you guys, I wanted to keep this at normal time so that you guys could basically play along as you're watching the video, and you won't have to go back too many times. Now, this part can be a little tricky. It's kind of a pain if you fall over here. Just take your time, jump. Hit the logs in the order that I hit those, and we've just got one more little jump here that we have to come across over here. So boom, right over there, and then afterwards we're gonna come through here. We've got this little door, and in the back through this door is the green emerald. So just like Sonic and just like Ernest Klein told us in the video, we got all of these now: red, yellow, blue, cyan, white, purple, and green. So now, if you've gotten these in the proper order, you should have activated basically a code with a certain number of lights in the game. So basically there's 5 lights that are going to indicate a code to you, and you have to go to a certain spot so you can see all the lights. Now, if you have recording software, something free like OBS Studio or whatever, it might help to record this part and then watch it in slow motion or whatever. You might have to kind of watch it a couple times. You know, the first time count, pause if you can. Like, pause definitely helps in order to do this part, to decode it, because it's a little tricky if you're just kind of doing it in real time. But basically right here on the other side of this, I went back kind of over by the city so you can see where I was going from the perspective of the city. You climb up this little hill right behind you, okay, and then down here over by this tree, this is kind of where you want to stand, and you might want to zoom in as well. And now you're going to see there's behind you, there's going to be 5 lights that you can see right here. Watch. So they're going to be off at first, but then they're going to start flashing. See, there's flashing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so it flashes 6 times, and then there's a long pause. So guys, basically what happens here is on the very first one, the very first time it does all of the flashing, it means like the number of lights that are lit up, that's the first number. So if you see all 5 of them lit up, then that means it's 5. Then the second one, if you see all 4, if you only see 4 lit up, then it's 4. And then the third time, if it's only like 5 of them that are lit up, it's 5. So right here, my code is actually 345544. So I'm just gonna do this again here. I'm gonna show you these lights flashing in slow motion because this is probably the most confusing part. So the first time, look, there's 3 that are lit up. Second, so I'm in slow motion right here. This next time, the second time it flashes, watch, there's 4 of them that are lit up. And then the third time it flashes, there's going to be all 5 of them are lit up. You can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So like again, it's easier to just record this, and then the next time there is 5 of them lit up again. So there's, you know, these 2 close, and then there's 1 that's really far back there. 1 that's, yeah, the 3 on the right are a little further back. Now right here we got 4 of them are lit up. Now it doesn't matter, just count the total number of these 5 of these that are lit up, and then the next time is 4 of them are lit up. So hopefully you could see, notice the difference, watch the video over and over as many times as you have to, just to try to see which of these lights are the ones that are lit up for you. And so again, guys, the first time it flashes, count the number of lights of the 5 lights that are lit up. Second time it flashes, count the number of lights that are lit up. Same thing. There's 6 numbers total so that you can get the keypad in order to open the gate to get to the final boss. So I hope you guys got that. Watch through that again if you need to. But yeah, my code was 345544. So now what we need to do, there is a door that we can open. So just kind of go back to the main area, go to where the bridge is. We've got the bridge over here in the back. Okay, so over by the bridge, see we've got the cell area. Really easy to find, there's lots of landmarkers. And then if you take a right back there, you can see there's a little cage in the back. Not that we want to go in the cage, but yeah, we do. There's a little keypad here, and this is where you enter the code that you actually found when the lights were going off. So here we go, 345544. What you should do is get teleported here to a different area. So this part, again, is pretty tricky. Might take a couple of tries for you to try to get into this place. First, there's this door. This is not a teleporter. I thought at first when I went into it that it was a teleporter, but it's not. You just have to do some damage to this little energy barrier. And as you can see, you've got a clock there in the upper part of the screen. So next part is a quick little obby. So again, that thing moves fast. So you kind of have to jump right when it comes at you. So right when it comes, boom, jump when it's coming in that direction. Some of these are some pretty long jumps, and again, like, it's not too bad because when you're going through this obby, if you die, it doesn't get rid of any of your lives. You see how it says lives left? That jump right there might actually be the longest one. So again, I say just jump at it as it's coming at you. You can see I make it through this time. I just wanted to show you some of the areas that were a little tricky for me to go through and some of the mistakes that I made. So let it go out, and then as it's coming towards you, that's when you just want to jump and get across over onto it. Then we've got this part. Then we've got these little things that spin. Of course, not too tricky when they're long is the good time to jump. You get just enough time to be able to go and jump. And now you come through here. Now you've got this second energy barrier that you have to take down. It's not really too difficult. It's what's on the other side of this energy barrier that's actually quite difficult that you have to deal with. So in order to defeat this boss, the glitch, get to know his patterns. He just does some basic things, but getting close to him is the tricky part to try to hit him. You also have one weapon there that is a projectile. You could keep shooting that one at him if you want to and try not to die, but you can see he shoots these lasers. Sometimes there's just a couple of red ones. Sometimes there's red and blue ones. Then he does this thing as well. I recommend you can't just jump over it. You have to get behind the computers. As you can see there, I made the mistake, but his life's going down quite a bit. But if you're too close to him for too long, you can see those lasers. He's gonna make it to where he shoots pretty wide, so he kind of pushes you away from him pretty well. But that one part when it started to flash, when the whole floor changed, if you can get behind one of these computer screens, that's how you avoid getting hit from that attack. So again, you're gonna have to just kind of keep going through this a couple of times. Avoid getting hit, try to kill him. One more little trick that we're gonna kind of show you once we get him down to a certain amount of health. You're gonna see that he's gonna bring out these power things. So I didn't have much choice over here. I was too far away. So again, be careful when you're too close to him. But once you get him down to a certain amount of health, let's see, almost dead. I'm almost dead here. But guys, you can actually die a couple times, but after you die 3 times, that's it. So see these power things? He uses these power sources to get his power back, get his life back. But again, at the same time, you are avoiding him while you're doing that. So again, like you could see here, I died, but his life is still down where it was before. And as soon as you step into the arena, those power cores start powering him up again. So you need to take those power cores out so that you can avoid him getting all of his life back. So as soon as you see these power cores, your job is to go attack them. If you're standing on something that's red, get away from the red and then keep attacking that power core as quickly as possible. As soon as you've got one of the power cores out, go and get the other one as well. And you just have to kind of keep going through this pattern, guys. You have to avoid his lasers, get get close enough to him where you can hit him, try to hit him as much as you can, then get back when he starts making those big moves at you, where you basically, if you don't get back, you're going to get hurt like this. Do not jump towards him. Go behind the computer servers. And if you just keep going through this, eventually you should be able to defeat him. And then after you defeat him, you will get the badge. You will get the item, the chaotic top hat in your inventory. And that is all 7 of the relics there for the Ready Player One. You should be able to go in there and get yourself some glasses. I think some of the other items, like I think the crown and I think the headphones, are probably already taken at this time. But yeah, if you guys are new here, I would love to have you subscribe and hit that notification bell. And thank you so much for watching, and happy hunting. What's up, guys? I want to show you how to get this relic for the Ready Player One event. The game that we're going to have to go into here is called Vehicle Simulator. Okay, so now inside of the game Vehicle Simulator, you click on vehicles and see where it says shop vehicles. Click on shop vehicles, highlight that, and you can search for a certain vehicle that looks just like the DeLorean that Ernest Cline had in the interview there with Dave Bazzucchi. So search for CMD hover car. Now this one, the price has gone down. It's only $19.85. So that $19.85 is actually something fairly significant. It's a year, basically. We've got this hover car, the CMD hover car. We're going to get this thing ready. We're going to drive it over here. It should be in your My Vehicles. Now, if you need money, it's really easy. Get any car and just drive a little bit, and you make money every time you drive forward. So it doesn't take much to get enough to get this thing. So now that we're here, we've got a car. There's this area up here in the upper left. So you can see where I am right now. There's a little building just a little bit up to the side of it where we're at. So I've already driven all the way out here. What I'd recommend, there's a little flag, like a race area over there, that you can actually put a marker on, and it can kind of tell you how to get there. So there's also these windy roads to get up there, and that's the easier way to do it. Or you can just brute force it and try to get the car to go up over that hill. But right here, this is the Pawn Corp Laboratory. Again, this is in the upper left part of the map. I'm going to show you right here in the map exactly where I am. Now, I would just, from the very beginning, just put a spawn point or a marker at that flag, and then it'll get you really close to where you have to get over here. So now there's this vending machine over here. In order to open the special door to get the goggles that you need, you're going to have to buy these items in an order. So the order is chocolate donut, hot dog, and then cola right here, buy cola, and then get a pink donut, and then get a glazed donut, and then get another hot dog, and then a cola. So if you've done that correctly in the proper order, then everything will turn green. This door behind you will open up, and it'll say access granted. So down here, there is a little area. You're gonna have to come back here later as a part of this whole thing, but first, we're gonna go on a little bit of a Easter egg hunt for some files, I believe is what they are. Right here, you see how it says data drives? We have to go find 8 data drives hidden throughout the entire map. But in the corner here, you're gonna see these goggles. So in order to find those data drives, you're gonna need the goggles. So you get those goggles. They don't cost anything. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. You just get those. They're over there on the floor. Shouldn't be a problem for you to get those. Now, in order to get out, it looks like I can't go back in this elevator, but we can also just kind of put the goggles on, and we will get a little bit of a message that indicates what we need to do to get out of here. So to put the goggles on, go down to your phone, and where it says settings, you should see this right here, the Pawn Labs goggles. Go put those on just the way I did just now. So now you can see everything's sort of like a tint of green, and you can see some things that you couldn't see before, like right here. It says the water is warm, so you might as well swim. You can't go through here yet. You need to get the data drives to be able to go in there to get the last part. So you can just jump into this river and you can get yourself wiped out. So now that we reboot, of course, come over here, go to settings in your phone, go to Pawn Labs, make sure you've got these goggles on. You can see I've already found all of these, but I'm going to show you basically here on the map the main locations that you need to find them. So there's one over here. There is Ocean, it's Ocean Academy. Ocean Academy here, there is one inside of that little building over there. There's one here in the shipping containers out in the shipping yard area. There's also one that is near the fire station. Let's see, the fire station, trying to find where the fire station. So there's one over near the fire station around the corner. We're going to show you how to get these as well. There's one that's kind of off here towards the corner of the hospital area. There is this one that's in the corner of the area. There's a sign behind there that we can get to get that one. There's also one that's kind of up here in the mountains, kind of in that area. There's also, let's see, there's two of them that are in this little town over here. Basically, I'm going to show you all these different locations of where to find all of these different discs so that you can access the final part. Okay, so now we're gonna actually go and get these. So we're at this point, we're at the Ocean Academy. The map is very helpful. After I get these, usually I'm gonna show you on the map where I am located. If you wanna see where you are on the map, actually, there's like a little white arrow. It's like a little white triangle that shows exactly where you are. So this is the first one that we found here back there in the Ocean Academy. So just to show you guys basically for perspective where we are on the map, we're gonna take a look at this thing right here. The map is on the left side. You can hit those little arrows to make it a little bit bigger so you can see where you are. But we're down here at the bottom right. You can see down at the bottom right there, that's where we are. It's the Ocean Academy. The next one up here in the upper right of the map where I showed you that shipyard is, in that area there is another one. So you come over here, you can kind of look in the environment and see here, this is the shipping yard. It's in the northeastern part of the map. If you go over here, you can see there's this covered area, and in the shipyard, you can see that there is a box over here as well, and inside of this shipping container you can find the next hard drive right there. I may be setting some different waypoints so that I can go to different areas just to try to look. Basically, you'll also hear, if you've got your audio on, you'll hear these. Now, this is over by the fire station. So you can just set your waypoint. If you go to the map and you click on certain areas, you can basically, it'll give you a path to get there. So just around the corner from the fire station is this one right here. So this is the second one. Some of these say words on them like, gotta go fast, commerce, paper, bonfire, sky high. I'm not exactly sure what those are supposed to mean when they say those things on the side of the buildings, but who knows? Anyways, this is where we are on the map. You can see right there, just kind of on the left side, just around the corner from where the fire station is. So there's some other places up here. Up north over there, there's going to be a barn up in the northern area. It says that we can't set a waypoint to that one. There's also some signs and things that we're going to have to go to. Some different locations that we're going to go to in this map in order to do this. So this next spot that we're going to go to, though, is in the upper left. It's this little barn over here. So up in that open area where you see all the fields, to the left side, basically west side of it, you can see that there's going to be this barn area, this whole big barn area, and this barn right here in the middle, you can see if you go around the corner, there is an open barn door. You can't go in these other doors. And I was sort of also hunting while I was recording this footage at the same time. So, so now we've got 4 of those at this point. This is the barn one. So next one that we're gonna find right here, I believe, is the upper right area. Let's see. So there's the shipping container area, like I showed you basically in the very beginning. But you can see right there, the arrow, just to show you basically where I was located when I got this particular hard drive. So now we're gonna head back into the town area. So down in the bottom left of the map, there is you can see this billboard over by where this little drag race thing is over there. So over by the drag race, you can see there is this billboard, and under the billboard, which I think it's a leaderboard, you can see right there, it's actually the bottom right of the map there. Bottom right of the map is where this billboard is, and then under the billboard, you can find this next hard drive right there. So this next one right here, you know that little neighborhood? It's on the west side. There's a neighborhood kind of over on the west, not the main neighborhood, the one on the west. If you start driving around, eventually you'll see there is a building that has one of these little green hard drives next to it. It's really easy to find. Just go into that little neighborhood there on the west side. So now for this one over here, there is a little mountain thing that you need to go to. Up here, this is kind of over on the west side. This is over by where the main elevator thing is. You're gonna start hearing the beeping sound. So at the bottom of this hill, I started driving all the way up the hill thinking it was gonna be further up here, but it wasn't. It's just kind of off the road, just off the side of the road over here to the side. You can see there's a little fireplace and 2 little camping beds. Now next to those items, you can find the next hard drive right there. You can see right over there on the other side, there is the buildings just past there. So it's not really too hard to get this one. Now the next one that we're gonna get is really close to where that hill was. There's a little crane if you just drive, I think just off to the, to the west. But if you look around in the sky, you'll be able to see the big crane that's over there. Basically what you have to do to get this one, you have to climb to the top of the crane. So we're gonna go up here to the top of the crane and we're going to snag this one. If you fall, you won't take fall damage and die, so I think you'll be okay, but you kind of have to climb up the correct side of the truss so that you don't hit your head, so you can jump out. But once you're able to get out onto this open area, you can grab yourself the last hard drive, and then that will open up this little obby for you in the main area. So from here, we're just gonna kind of show you how to get there and how to finish this up. So if you've got all of the hard drives at this point, you've done the hardest part of this whole thing, because driving around and getting all of these, it reminds me of a 2019 egg. I don't remember what the game was, but it was like a glitched egg. It was like a hacked egg. And that game was a little tricky. We had to run around the map. We had to find a bunch of stuff. So this is very similar to that. So as you can see, I went to the map and I just set the waypoint there to that little racing area that is right next to the pawn shop that we're going to. Is it the pawn shop? I don't know. It's basically the same place that we went to earlier to go down and get the goggles. Now we have to just go back there to that location. We're gonna go down and that door is now open and we can go through and we can move on to the next part. Okay, so here we are now back at Pawn Corp Laboratory. This is, again, really easy to find. I recommend just set your waypoint to the little flag that's right next to this building and you should be good to go. Then once again, we're gonna go in here and we're gonna open up the door the same way we did last time. Now it looks like if you leave the game and you come back, you'll still have all the stuff. It will be saved, the hard drives will be saved, your goggles will be saved. So if you do end up crashing, fortunately, it won't ruin all of your progress. So just remember, it's chocolate, hot dog, cola, pink glazed hot dog, and cola. And then again, it's going to open up this little secret area here for you. Now this is not too hard. I was expecting to encounter some like really difficult obby and spend a whole bunch of time and pull out a whole bunch of my hair in the process, but it's not really difficult to do this at all. You just kind of go in here, but there is a lot of stairs here, I noticed. So just make your way down to the bottom of the stairs. It's just it's a really long winding staircase for you guys. Okay, so now that we've reached the bottom of the staircase, you can come out into this little area. You can see if we go left. At first when I looked at this, I was like, what am I supposed to do? I don't think I can do that. I can't jump that far, but you can just walk along the side of it and it's really no big deal. So at the end of this, I'm pretty sure if you walk in that stuff, you're gonna die. So I just would recommend not walking into the green stuff. Anyways, now you can spawn your vehicle on this other end. I think you're supposed to go really fast. I'm not sure exactly how fast you're supposed to go, or even if you have to do that at all. But I thought it was going to break through, and I thought you had to go fast, but I guess you don't. If you're just running, though, it's going to take a long time to get to the end. And at the very end of the corridor, you can see on the right side, there is this room. And in this room, there's a little bit of a rocket in here. But in order to launch the rocket, we need to enter the code. So there's a little keypad right here. Remember that 1985 price of the DeLorean? Yeah, 1985 is the code. So 1985. Click on OK and then turn around and then go and find yourself a seat inside of this little rocket. So this little rocket right here is it's the Ad Astra per Aspera, I guess, is the name of the badge. Anyways, once you sit down, you will have the badge on the screen. You can see you've got that in the bottom right hand corner. This little silo is going to take off into the air and shoot off into this this area, which you go up there and there's like a cool little car that you can purchase. I went and I purchased it. It was only 1985 so I purchased that as well. But once you finish all this, you will have this right here, Rick's Boombox, in your inventory, and that is one of the relics there for the Ready Player 2 event. Alright guys, so now that you've got all 7 of these, I know it was a lot of work, it took a lot of effort, but now you have all 7 of the fragments. Basically, there was a bunch of hints in the interview, and hopefully every video that I've made was very helpful to you. But once you've got all 7 of these, you come back into this game, like the link is in the description, of course, and you go in here, and you will get a badge. You can see, obviously, that you found all 7 fragments of the siren's soul. So it seems like you returned the siren back. I don't know. But anyways, there's some really cool items back in the van that you can buy as well for some Robux. But anyways, now at this point, if you got all 7 of the items, all 7 of the fragments, then you got the meta shades, guys. So congratulations. This was a really difficult, really challenging thing to do. So if you got this, you should be proud. If you guys are new here, I would love to have you subscribe, hit the notification bell, and thank you so much for watching. We will talk to you guys later.